In today's video, we are talking about the cost of living here in Kerrville, Texas. Let's get this video started right now. Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Ryan here with the Rendon Realty Group, brokered by Real Broker. Today's video, we are talking about the cost of living here in Kerrville, Texas, and how it compares to other areas of Texas and also the United States, but also hyper-local. How does Kerrville compare to Fredericksburg, Texas? So have you been thinking about moving to Kerrville possibly? Maybe you're thinking of just trying to find a small Texas hill country town to settle down and retire in, or maybe you're even thinking about trying to get your family away from the craziness that Austin has, San Antonio, Dallas. There's so much going on in those big cities, especially in today's day and age with the pandemic and everything else. Well, the Texas hill country may be the spot for you, especially Kerrville. But the one thing you need to make sure to ask yourself is, what is the cost of living like in Kerrville, and how does it compare to where I'm moving from? So a really cool resource I suggest using is this one right here, bestplaces.net. So once you hop on this website, you can put in there where you're moving from and where you're moving to. So for example, if you're moving from San Antonio, Texas to Kerrville, Texas, you just type in those two cities, and what you can actually do is type in your salary as well. And what it'll do is break down the difference in cost of living between the two towns and cities. So if you're moving from San Antonio, you're making $70,000 a year, you actually may need to make more money in Kerrville to keep up the same cost of living standard. But on the opposite side of that, if you're moving from Kerrville to, let's say, San Francisco, well, you may just find out that you need to make a lot more money in San Francisco to keep up the same cost of living that you have here in Kerrville. Now let me ask you this, do you think it might be a good idea to figure out what the cost of living is here in Kerrville if you're moving all the way from Houston, Dallas, or maybe even another state? Well, you definitely want to break that down before making that big long trip or buying a house here in Kerrville. And to give you a hyper-local example, the difference between Kerrville and Fredericksburg is absolutely insane. So from a real estate standpoint, the median sales price in Fredericksburg is around $381,000. The median sales price in Kerrville is $273,000. So if you've been debating on whether you should move to Fredericksburg or Kerrville, that's almost $700 a difference just on your mortgage payment alone. And one other thing I want to mention is the size and population of Kerrville. So not a lot of people know this, but we're a pretty small town here. We only have right around 23 to 24,000 people. So if you compare that to other towns here in Texas, you have Paris, Texas, Stephenville, University Park, Pecan Grove, and even Kingsville that are all right around the same size as Kerrville, but kind of scattered throughout the northeast side and east side of Texas. Okay, one other thing I want to point out is the state of Texas map and the Texas Hill Country region. So one of the things that you need to know before moving to our area is the central Texas area, Gillespie County, Mason, Llano, Blanco, Kerr County, Bandera. These regions of the Texas Hill Country tend to be more expensive when it comes to a cost of living standpoint. You know, I mentioned a couple other towns earlier in this video off to the northeast and east areas of Texas. Most of those are off in this region over here. But again, when you compare those towns to the towns here around Kerrville, you know, Kerr County, Gillespie County, it tends to be a little bit more expensive to live here within the Texas Hill Country area. And I think that's partially due to the scenic routes, you know, the roads, the county roads, the rivers, everything that we have. Is this a really pretty area to live? And I think that's one of the reasons why the cost of living has jumped up so much in comparison to other regions of Texas. And if you're curious to know what real estate's going for here in Kerrville, Fredericksburg, the Hill Country in general, make sure you hop on my website down below, which you can search residential property, farm and ranch, or if you're even looking for just a rental property, those are on there as well. So there's a breakdown for the cost of living here in Kerrville, Texas. And if you're thinking about moving to our area, make sure you watch my next video, which is the 10 things you need to know before moving to Kerrville, Texas. Guys, my name is Ryan with the Rendon Realty Group. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, but also a little bell at the top so you can get notified anytime I put out videos just like this one. We'll see you next time.